From this point forward, the word cheese will be bleeped because Michael finds it offensive.
Hello and welcome back to the Fine Dining Podcast, the search for the most mediocre restaurant in America. I'm your host, Michael Ornelas, and I'm on a journey to find the middle because that's where I find myself often. I'm never first place at things, but I'm rarely last. So I'm finding a restaurant that is kindred to who I am. This week, I am joined once again by the hosts of On Brand with Jon and Marisa, Marisa and Jon.
Hello.
Hi,
We're
I'm
back.
Jon.
Marisa Pinson
La Marisa Pinson
Jon Glover.
Jon Glover.
Glover.
His
A little
ancestors,
French.
I believe, made gloves. Is that true?
I mean, that's what I've been told. If you have a name like Glover or Shoemaker, then that's probably what
I love like the occupation-based last names that
So
were
cute.
an entire
Yeah.
I would just be like Michael Shit Food Taster. Like that would be my last name.
I don't think that, fortunately for us living now, that was not a job back then. Podcasting, that is really nice that's like
There was
something you
definitely a
can
shit
do.
food taster back then where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, this
Why
doesn't
don't
taste
we have?
right.
I guess everyone has their last name now. I was going to say, why don't kids now have those types of names?
I think everyone's last
I'm
names are already chosen.
Peggy
They're
Podcaster.
Yeah.
Oh, so your grandparents were podcasters? Yeah.
Anyways, this is the show where we go to restaurants and evaluate them based on their atmosphere,
Based on their service.
based on their
Food.
Yum. And I use all of that to come up with a number, and I'm looking for 5.00. But look at all of these attempts to get to 500, and
It's quite a spectrum.
I haven't done it yet. I haven't found 500 yet, but I'm very close. Applebee's sitting on the tchotchke of mediocrity at a 5.02. But let's dive in and see where Costco lands, our restaurant for this week, the Costco Food Court.
Can I interrupt just really quick? You've taken people to Lucille's Barbecue, which I enjoy.
I did.
You went to the Melting Pot, a very romantic, yummy place, which I'm shocked by because I think their main
They
thing
do
is...
meat and chocolate,
Okay, and they do like a broth probably, but
Yeah.
they're known for melted...
and I had to sit by as other people ate it.
All I'm
Repulse.
saying is it looks like you've done, 60 shows of places of food that I would enjoy eating,
Yeah.
and we go to Costco and I get a chicken bake. I'm just going to say that.
This was your
a
mistake.
$3 chicken bake.
This was on you, Jon. You know what is good to eat at the Costco Food Court.
Okay, take out chicken bake. Costco, period. Costco Food Court. I'm just
It
saying
needed to be done.
I'm just saying.
I think you're saying you want to
Y'all
go on a
made
date with
sense.
Michael.
I'm just saying, Michael, we would like
I
to
would
be
like
brought,
you to open your pockets.
Yeah, we'd like to be brought back at some point for another episode where we go to somewhere where you go inside.
It was windy.
Not allowed. They saw us show up and they're like,
Fine dining party of three.
Anyways, we've been talking too long. Our table is ready. We'll be right back.
Your table is ready, follow me. Have you tried our chicken breast? Serving pancakes and ribs, I recommend the spaghetti. We're here to satisfy, not to impress. Your table is ready, complimentary butter and bread. These walls have road signs, knick-knack, cowboy hat, good luck cat, autographed guitar, some crap from your city. Behold the tchotchke of mediocrity. Fine dining, yes, fine dining, fine dining. Two letters on the sign are shining, neon flickering, irregular timing. Identify the perfect 5 out of 10. Fine dining, fine dining.
Atmosphere.
The decor here, I mean, it's a Costco. It's
You
The
know what
decor
you're
is
getting.
Pigeons.
the
it's
big red and
wind.
blue.
You're outside. You're amongst the people going in and out of the store.
You're at unwiped down tables.
Everything's dirty.
I would say this is a great place to eat alone. Don't
Or,
you agree?
More specifically, this is a great place to eat and not want to be seen.
Absolutely. You kind of blend into the background, and there's so much going on that you can kind of like, if you're not doing anything bizarre or like pushing a gigantic shopping cart, you kind of like fade into the ambiance.
Yeah.
So I think this would be a good place to eat alone. There's also a lot to watch because there's a stream of people exiting the store. So it's basically like that's your TV.
Yeah.
Along those lines, so when I find myself in a situation like I did today, and I've been in Costco and I have eaten there alone before, when I'm looking around and I'm looking at everybody, I feel like it's the same thing as when I'm in jury duty. I'm not in jury duty all that often, but when you find yourself in that situation, you're looking around and there's so many unique, for lack of a better word, people around you. And everyone seems just a little bit off. Like whether they just have weird socks on, they're missing a shoe, they are buying like a giant bottle of wine and like a coffin, like
And they're all very confident in these choices that they've made.
And they're just doing it. They're just doing it. They're not like, look at me. They're just quietly doing what they have to do.
You don't shop at Costco if you play small. You go to Costco if you feel really confident in your purchasing decisions.
I'm going to want this specific trail mix for the next 7 months.
I'm going to want 7 pounds of anything. I mean, it is not for a place for people who are coy.
No wishy-washy
indecisive.
at Costco, yeah.
Yeah. I bought 2 electric toothbrushes at Costco and I'm by myself, but it only came in 2s. So it's like I could use one for traveling and I'll just keep one in the bathroom.
That's fun.
Yeah.
This little Costco tip about you.
Well, I'm just saying you're always getting more than you actually need.
Yes. This is something interesting I saw when we were sitting down. I saw somebody returning a mattress. And we've talked a little bit on our show about Costco.
The ridiculous return policy.
The ridiculous, egregious return policy. I personally have returned a mattress to Costco, an air mattress that I slept on for over a year.
Yeah.
Couple years.
Every night?
Every night when I first moved to LA, I didn't have a bed.
This is something about Marisa. She will put you at, like, she'll make you feel like you're crazy because of the things you do, but then she does the things
like this.
as well.
Then the bombs drop.
Yeah.
I slept on an air mattress for a couple of years, and eventually air mattresses are intended for occasional use. So if you're doing 365 on those things, let's just say they wear out. And at the end of its natural life, I did return it to Costco and receive a full refund. Oh, don't shake your head.
You're the problem.
You're the problem.
Jon, tell them about the wreath.
Okay. So the wreath. So my friend got me a beautiful succulent wreath. And I loved it. Succulent wreaths are hard to keep alive. So it eventually died. So I ordered a new succulent wreath and then put the dead one in the box of the new one and took that back to Costco and said, I'm not good with plants. This died very quickly. And I also got a full refund. Mike, why'd you lay back?
He's judging us.
Mike?
I'm feeling very judged right now.
These are the things you do.
I left my body for a second. I'm back.
Have you ever returned anything to Costco?
No. I bought tires there.
Okay.
And the like a year came up and I went to like get them inspected and one of them was just lower than it should have been.
It's a very legitimate actual issue.
It was their suggestion to replace it?
Yes.
Okay.
I have never schemed Costco.
Oh.
Okay, so which part of it, can I ask, which part of it makes you uncomfortable? Because my husband's the same way. Like if something, I returned like a used bath mat that I like from Amazon that I had to bring into Whole Foods and hand to somebody for them to box up. I have no shame in saying like, I'd like to return this. Is it the talking to the person at the counter?
The interaction when like they know, we both know what we're doing. And it's just like, do you at least have the self-awareness of like, yeah, what I'm doing is not the best, but I'm gonna do it? Or do you feel justified in it?
You know what I'll sometimes do, and I don't even know if I've said this to you, I'll sometimes like blame my husband. Like if I'm I'll say like my husband bought the wrong one.
So like a lie.
Yeah, I'm comfortable lying in that environment.
I just love how you're always perched on your perch. But then this stuff comes out.
You should try blaming an imaginary husband. I feel like the woman, if it's a woman across the counter, they kind of look at me like, tell me again, sister. they kind of like agree. They're like, no, my husband is also always buying the wrong thing. We're bonding over our like
invented.
If I do that, I'm going to be very honest though, and tell them if I were ever to get a husband, I'm sure that he would have wanted me to return this. I'm not going to lie and say I have a husband.
So
That's
what do you
sadder.
do? Do you act like I know I'm lying? I know I this is a pretend story.
No.
He commits to the lie.
You commit to the lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we commit to the lie.
There was a woman, this went viral on TikTok in the last couple of days. A woman returned a couch that she bought at Costco 2.5 years ago. And they were like, is there anything wrong with it? And she said, no, I just don't like the color anymore. And they took it back. So I'm saying if they have that lenient of a return policy.
Can I tell you something? I got this couch from Ashley Furniture 5 years ago.
Oh,
and
Ashley.
there's a 5-year warranty. I could get the like sinking seats replaced.
Whoa.
I've got like 6 months to do it.
Do it. Why wouldn't you do that? It's literally there.
I know.
And do it to Ashley.
Does it
I
feel
don't-
embarrassing to do that? To like call and cash
I'll
in
go
on that
with
offer?
you.
It's not even. It just feels like a to-do.
Mm.
But
But
it's worth it.
I agree-
I
I
sat in the
agree.
sinky thing.
But Jon will like
All right, let's
drive,
not shit on
drive
my couch.
across town. Like that is not a to do to Jon to get free couch cushions.
Ashley is just down the
No,
street.
not even the couch. I can get the like.
The whole base?
I can. Yeah.
Babe, do it. Are you
Yeah.
insane?
Wow.
yeah, I should.
Do it.
All right.
You're either like that or you're not. Sound off below if you're comfortable returning things. Is that what we say on podcasts? Sound off below.
Yeah. There was one thing we saw that was just silly.
Mm.
Part of it was your interpretation of it, but a guy bringing a very large rolled carpet out,
Ah.
and it's just in a cart, and he's just like pushing the cart with one hand and balancing it with the
It
other.
looked very silly.
It was hard to tell. I didn't realize it was a carpet.
It was
honestly
wrapped
looked like a.
so tight
Yeah.
that I forget who said it, but someone proposed that it might have been a giant foam roller.
Mhm, like a 6-person
Mm.
foam roller.
I thought it
Which
was a piece
in
of
bulk at Costco, like, hey,
You never know.
You
six
never
people could-
know.
I would love that invention at Costco.
Yeah.
Just 6 of you just lay
10-foot
on the
foam
floor
roller.
and kind of just do the weird thing.
We were also really surprised by how many. I never leave Costco with everything that I've anticipated I would
Yeah,
buy.
yeah.
It's always like totally bizarre, like we said, like a massage gun or like something crazy that like I didn't expect to get. The amount of carts that we're leaving that were like 1/8 full, it would be like 1 block of Parmesan, a bottle of wine, and a chicken. And I'm like, the restraint.
The people who go to Costco and have nothing in the cart,
Mm.
it's insane to me, but it also makes me wonder a question, Jon and Marissa. It makes me ask,
What's going on over there?
What's going on over there? What's going on over there? Should I worry? Should I care? What is going on over there?
okay, Jon,
Yeah, I was going to
what's
say.
going on over there?
I am one of those people, though. Like, I am a single man. I live alone in a very small apartment. If I go to Costco, I'm guaranteed getting a rotisserie chicken and then maybe 1 or 2 other things that I see while I'm on my way to and from the chicken, which is the whole point of the chicken.
Why get the cart? Carry it. You don't need a
Have you gotten the chicken? It's scalding hot.
I have
Have you
not
held? Okay,
no.
the chicken is very hot.
get a bag.
The bag, it doesn't.
Oh wait, they give you like the
A
crappy
plastic
like
bag,
boxes,
yeah.
right?
No, the boxes you can get. Yes, but
They have the like no the rim is like
yeah, you can
Yeah.
either get like a weird, like an old Rice Krispie box and stick your chicken in there and hold it under your arm like a football, or a cart makes it easier. Carts are nice.
I think the cart serves a purpose almost as like a snowplow because it's so crowded in there that I think if you're trying to
It
elbow
makes
your
your
way
space.
through, it makes your space. You're walking with a little bit more authority and direction to
Yeah.
have the cart in front of you.
Yeah, you could get killed if you don't have a cart.
That's true. It's armor.
it's
more than
actual
anything.
Costco
Yeah.
law. It's,
Yeah.
If you read the back of your card,
Mhm.
You're just like
use these carts.
it's like
They are your lifeline.
being a snail outside of its shell. Like you're just vulnerable. You're just like a little bag of flesh in that big store full of
Mhm.
carts.
Yeah, it is a scary place to be without a cart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we figured it out. I
Yeah.
think that is in
That's
fact
what's going on over there.
What's going on over there?
What is going on over there?
Yeah. So this wasn't. Look, I've been to Mastro's. I've been to very, very nice restaurants.
Oh, we know all the nice places. We can see every nice place you've been, and here we are.
I'm sorry.
Talking about Costco, where you fed 4 people for $22.
Trust me, you could have been on those low tier episodes too. Like,
Yeah, you don't
you're
wanna be
doing
in
okay.
Cinnabon? I love Cinnabon.
Yeah, but it's not a good like restaurant. It's a good little treat.
All I know is I'd rather have half a Cinnabon than a whole chicken bake.
Nobody made you get the chicken bake, Jon.
Babe, I had to get it.
That was all you.
I had to try it.
Oh my
You
god.
did not.
I always wanted to know.
did
You
not.
did this to yourself.
So when we're comparing the atmosphere, the vibe outside of Costco, you're sitting at a picnic table basically. How does this compare? You know, the nicest restaurant you've ever been to is a 2 thumbs up atmosphere. The worst is 2 thumbs down. You could go right in the middle if you want.
I love the proximity to Costco. I think the location is great.
You know, it's kind of intuitive too.
It's
Go figure. There's a
it's
Costco right
very
there.
convenient to Costco. Which if that was any other, if there was like a Starbucks right next to Costco, I'd be like, oh, I love that Starbucks. It's right next to Costco. So that's a
So
point.
I
for
love
it.
that Costco. It's right next to Costco.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are you giving it?
So to me, it's like
You have to do 2.
Yeah, we'll do it as a meter. Also, this is an audio medium as well.
Oh, yeah. All I know is there's a camera on me, baby.
So what are you giving it?
Yeah, define that. We'll call that no thumbs, but with leaning up a little.
Leaning up, yeah.
Yeah.
This is my worst. My worst would be like fluorescent lighting, super cramped. You know what I mean? Like stinky,
the table next
loud.
to you get every sneeze.
Exactly. This to me is like it's open. You're dining al fresco, which to me you're already in Paris, right?
Yeah.
You're closer to Paris than not.
Yeah, you're comparing what we just did to eating at a cafe in Paris.
It's closer to Paris than a lot of places. You're outside, Le Pigeon.
I'm giving it 2 thumbs down.
Was that pigeon?
That was pigeon. I'm guessing. I've never been to France.
Oh,
Would you give it?
I give it 2 thumbs down. And I don't mind eating at Costco, but you're having me compare.
But it's not good.
You're having me compare it to the nicest restaurants in the world. It's like you're sitting
and the worst restaurant in the world.
But I know, but what's worse?
I mean, there are worse things, but 2 thumbs down in and of itself is a spectrum. So,
I mean, what am I going to do? Oh, fine. I'll give it on a scale, it's a 1 through 10.
Audio medium.
No, I know, but I'm trying to think of
You got 2 thumbs.
I've
shape
got
them
2
how you
thumbs.
want.
I'll give it a 1.5.
Like a partly amputated thumb down.
I'll give it 1.
Wow, I'm so shocked by your harsh judgment.
Here's the thing. I had no problem with it, but like this isn't. If I had to describe a nice meal and I'm describing the environment, it's not this.
It's somebody had a wedding there. You can't say that about
So
a Panda
what?
Express.
A lot of people make mistakes.
Yeah, a sad cheap couple had one wedding there.
So I'm going to go 1 thumb down. Like, I'm not mad about it. I don't hate it. I have no malice towards it, but it's not a good atmosphere.
Oh, that's how we do the rating. All right, I'm going to do 1 thumb down, 1 thumb. I'm sucking 1 thumb.
Okay, you got it. You
How
figured
is that
it out.
what you gathered from anything I did? You looked at me and you're like, oh, that's what.
Now
Did you
I
like how when I
understand.
stuck my thumb, I just looked you in the eye?
I don't.
That's how you should do ratings
That's
now.
my least favorite way
How
for
many
someone to give a
sucks do you
thumb.
give your thumb? I'm going to give it 3 sucks.
Oh God.
Does that fit with the dozen hot dogs that you also fit in there?
Suck a chicken bake.
Okay.
A skinned chicken
I
bake.
can get a whole chicken bake in my mouth.
We're not going to do the rest of the episode.
Yikes.
We're done.
Service.
So y'all can't really talk in this segment. You didn't experience the service at all?
I can talk on this account because I saw the service. The service was
Okay.
now a kiosk where you have to go in there
Oh.
and you have to plug in what you want. Even though 10 feet away from you, there's people that are getting paid to work at this place that for 1,000 years or since 1971 have taken your order. And now I have to go up there and touch a dirty screen and scroll through menus and figure out what I want.
I don't think a dirty screen bothers you when you're peeling the skin off
a
of
really
a
good
chicken
point.
bake.
That is not a good point.
Let's not pretend dignity factors into this.
Okay.
This is not though like a crazy big menu. I also, we talked about this a little bit during the meal. In my soul, I hate self-checkout. I hate a kiosk. I'm there to be a patron, not an employee. I don't want to work here. I want to be served.
I do agree.
But I think for this, I think they meant it to make it go faster. So it's like you swipe your card now. You have to be a Costco member to eat there, which you swipe your card, you poke a button.
Oh, can we talk about
that? Yeah.
We bummed off of you hardcore. I was fully prepared to show up and not ask you guys if one of you had
Oh my
a
God.
Costco card.
What if no one did?
What if
I
we
would have
didn't?
gone in and got a membership, and that would have been a part of the experience that we had to talk about, and it would have lowered the experience. And it's like, but I've never met them. I don't want to commit that hard to put them through that. But you had one.
Yes,
which
yes. I am
via email was confirmed.
a big Costco shopper. And I would honestly recommend, if you have the space for 48 rolls of toilet paper, I think everybody should have a Costco card.
I don't need one. I just get the chicken.
I
And for people like me, for all the single people out there that don't have room for 48 rolls of toilet paper, my little hack, which you may already know, if you want to go to Costco, have your friend that has a membership there buy you a gift card. You're allowed to use the gift card inside of Costco without a membership, and they can't deny you buying anything. So get a $100 gift card. You'll get 50 chickens or whatever that turns out to be.
Math is not
20
our strong
chickens,
suit.
and go about your day. That's my fun hack.
honestly,
Good hack.
I think you're doing it okay.
Yeah.
That is
It's a
pretty
good
good.
Yeah. So I did interact a little bit, and I mean a minuscule amount. I walk up to the window. There is a thing advertising the new cookie, and it's like 750 calories
Rude.
for one cookie.
That's
Very rude.
insane.
For one cookie.
That's insane.
That's a lot. And there's, the guy behind the counter, and at this point, he just looks at a receipt and dishes stuff at you. He had a fine attitude. I had no problem with the guy.
Did he say anything to you? Did he say like, hey?
The only words he said is, I owe you a hot dog. Because he put like a bunch of stuff out, but not the hot dog yet.
Okay.
Were you like, okay?
Yeah, it's like,
That's what I would have said.
Is there a number on the back of the receipt? Or? And that was it. He was pleasant,
Okay.
whatever. But I had one more interaction because one of the dishes ordered at our table of 4. There are only 3 of us, but I have friends, guys. So other people come to these meals. Was the vanilla sundae with the chocolate sauce and all that, and I wanted to try it. Spoons were nowhere to be found; they were not left out. So I had to go to that side window to get a spoon.
Yes.
And I said, "Spoon, please." And the guy turns around to another girl that's like all the way a crotch,
a crotch for me.
all the way across the chicken, and just goes,
What's happening?
I think we've been
I
talking
think I'm
about
having
this
a
program
stroke.
for a stroke.
I think I'm having a stroke.
We've been talking about chickens a lot.
Speaking
All
of
the way
stroke,
across the chicken.
All the way across the chicken.
kitchen.
Yeah.
All the way across the
take a breath, Mike. Take a breath. You're turning red.
Oh, we're getting excited.
You had too much vanilla ice cream.
Take it to Yelp.
I'm like a 4-year-old.
You should have soaked up that grease on your pizza.
But he turns to this coworker and just goes, spoon, 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 spoon,
Oh,
spoon.
don't like that. No.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Take
But-
it easy.
I can't do it with the right energy. They were somehow not aggressive.
Okay.
Oh.
But it was like
Just like kitchen, how a kitchen
it
can
felt
be.
like NASCAR, like
Pit crew kind of
we're
stuff.
here- like
Yeah.
it felt so efficient, and I liked the hustle. And she didn't miss a beat. She was just like.
It also says something too about a place that they can't keep like the spoons out because they know people are going to like take the spoons or take
and they're
the
losing money on the hot dogs
straws.
already.
They're losing money if you're already going in there and you're grabbing like a fistful of 80 spoons. And so that does kind of like create a tone. Like when you have to like go to a counter and say like, can I have a lemon wedge? Like at like a fast food place. It does feel like, I don't know, maybe you're in a high risk dining situation. If you leave your table
high
unattended.
risk dining.
High
If
risk.
you leave your table unattended, somebody might take your chicken bake.
Oh, like you're at
Well,
risk of bussing.
You're at risk of maybe somebody's going to try to snag your food.
I do think since in the last couple of years, California has passed a lot of laws where you have to ask for napkins and
Sure,
straws and
yes.
utensils. So it could be that.
I don't know. This feels to me like they don't trust the Costco crowd with unsupervised cutlery.
And like the condiment squeeze things,
Mhm.
they had no containers for them. You have to go with the food and get just the amount you want on
Because
the
you
food.
know there's going to be somebody strolling up there with an empty Gatorade bottle and filling it up with ketchup.
Well, that seems like
That is the
That seems
worst sentence on this set of episodes so far.
You know there's going to
it's a
be.
lot
That
less
visual.
waste. I'm not opposed to that. I usually just squeeze it into my hand and then dip my hot dog into my hand.
I would not be surprised.
I do believe you.
Well, it's
You see how-
efficient.
You see how he eats.
I'm
There's
about
no
okay.
surprises.
You guys act like you eat so well.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what I don't do is
Oh.
what you did.
Oh boy.
Anyways, I liked the urgency to getting me that spoon. I'm going to go 1 thumb up on the service. I can't believe I'm going a thumb up and not 0 thumbs because kiosk and so limited interactions. But for me, 1 thumb up on service.
The wait time was not too long either.
Yeah.
It
So
did seem to move kind of fast.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I'll say 1 thumb up for service because I think the kiosk is only meant for efficiency, and some of those previous reviews stated that maybe it took way too long in the line. So I think the kiosk is just to keep things moving and get people their chicken bakes faster.
I'm going 1 thumb neutral to bring you guys down a little bit. 2 thumbs up is insane.
Wait, did you say 2 thumbs up?
No, she went
I
up
went
and
1
you went
thumb
up.
Yeah. So we just went 1 thumb.
Yeah.
You mean 2 collective thumbs out of 6 is insane?
I'm confused by the whole thumb thing.
You
How
have
many
a thumb
thumbs are
in
we
your
supposed
mouth.
to use?
You can
How
use
many
2
do
thumbs.
you have?
I give it 3
Stop
thumbs
doing
up.
that.
Look at me.
Eye contact.
I look this way for the rest of the podcast.
That's smart.
So you went just 0 thumbs?
I'm going neutral
Yeah.
because I hate the thing, but it's fine if that's what it needs to be.
That sounds
I
fair.
just feel like we keep seeing glimpses of the future, and I don't like it. I don't like
Robo
where we're
Nation.
headed.
I know we don't like
Robot-
Robo Nation.
I don't mind having my pizza made by a robot, but all these other things might.
Are you sure you weren't around when there was cocaine and Coca-Cola?
He's an old-fashioned
You're
gal.
really running from advancements.
Too much. It's too much.
Food.
Yum, yummy.
Food. Let's talk about the shitty food.
Yeah, I feel like you just took my line, and I'm cool with it. Yeah, you know what? Let's go drinks first because
Okay.
y'all got drinks. I got the hot dog and soda combo and used that to get water with no ice. Like
A very anticlimactic
room
beverage
temp.
choice.
Yeah.
Did they not have cherry Pepsi, your favorite?
They did not have cherry Pepsi, and
Oh.
it's not my favorite. It is
Sure.
my favorite way to have Pepsi.
Mm.
What are the other sodas? So you picked water over Pepsi, Diet
Starry,
Pepsi.
Brisk,
Oh.
Light lemonade.
raspberry Brisk. That I don't even think there was a lemonade.
There was. I saw.
What are you calling me, a liar?
Yeah, there was. I saw.
I think he's just sad now he didn't get the lemonade.
Let's establish a truth and not, yes anding is an important tenet of all creative arts.
I understand the rules of improv.
Room temperature water. Well, how was the room temperature water?
I'm not going to score water.
Some water's better than others.
Yeah. Why didn't you get any sort of drink?
I'm watching calories.
You're-
I'm on Weight Watchers, and I only have
Oh.
an amount of things that I'm willing to.
You used a lot of points on that, Grease.
I really
That
did.
Grease was really.
I
And that
really
cookie.
did.
Even only having like a fifth of that cookie is probably like 64 points.
I probably had half of the cookie.
Oh.
Once we had decided it was trash, I then continued to pick.
okay.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm
Got it.
glad. I had the mocha. What was it called? It was like an iced mocha. It's their version of kind of like a frappuccino. I think it comes out of the frosty drink dispenser with the handle that you pull. I think
Yeah.
it's like one of those, like a margarita machine
Yeah, it's
kind
like
of
a
style.
frozen mocha.
Yeah.
Like coffee
chocolate
drink.
It
thing.
said it was made with cold brew, and I think the only difference between mine and yours, John, is that my inside of my cup was drizzled with like Hershey syrup.
Mm.
I found it to be very fun, and it's not my everyday drink to get like a frappuccino or like a really sugary coffee. But if I'm partying, listen, I don't really party, so my version of partying is getting a mocha frappe.
It's the
Win in
cold brew
Burbank.
mocha freeze.
The cold brew mocha freeze. I really like that. And if there's another day where I'm feeling particularly saucy, maybe I want to be in a real spicy mood.
Jesus Christ.
I might go for it
you had
again.
the latte freeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Latte freeze. Yeah, yours had no chocolate.
You're just really ramping it up. I had the
Did you give a score? Like, I know your energy level was
Yes.
a 10 out of 10.
My energy level was a 10 out of 10. Is it the best drink I've ever had in my life? Perfect drink, root beer float? No.
but
This
it might be
wasn't a
the
root beer
drink that
float.
gave you the most forehead veins.
It might have been. I was definitely hulking out by the end of it.
Yeah.
I would call it 7.1.
7.1 out of 10.
7.1 out of 10.
All right.
All right. What was mine called again?
The cold brew latte freeze or
So
something.
I had the cold brew latte freeze, which was like a sad version of a frappuccino, like you said. I won't go into detail. It
How
was
sad.
it feels
Go into detail. That's the point of this
No,
podcast.
I feel like, what are you going to say about it? It's just a little bit sad. It's like, a frappuccino is great. It's what it started, the frozen coffee drinks, I think. And this is like the Old Navy version of that. It's like, okay.
it tasted like cargo
It's
shorts,
cold.
kind of.
Yeah. It's like the cargo shorts of a frappuccino. I will give it a 6.2. Wait, do I give it decimal points? Sorry.
Would you ever get
Go
it
ahead.
again if you went to Costco and at the food court and
oh,
you
yeah,
wanted
I've had
coffee?
it before. Sure. If I'm
Okay.
there, I'll grab it. I mean, it's cheap too.
You're not going
That's
out of your
why-
way.
Yeah, it's like a 6 is more than half. So
Great.
I'll give it a 6.
Yeah. All right. Foods now.
Oh,
boy.
fuck.
So let's look.
Holy shit.
The hot dog is like the thing here. So I'm gonna raw dog first.
Raw dog,
Mm.
that hot dog.
I thought it tasted better than it cost. That-
Oh, that's a really poetic way of putting that.
That is a weird
and
use
it's a
of
low
words.
bar to clear.
Yeah.
It's a low bar to clear. I
It's 75 cents. So you're saying it tasted better than 75 cents.
well, you're assuming that the weighting of the hot dog and the soda are equal.
I do.
Interesting.
I just divided
A
them in
soda's
half.
like 30 cents to make.
Okay, so it's $1.
A dollar dog.
Yeah.
$1 dog. Did you finish it? You didn't finish
No,
it.
I
did
ate
you?
half of it.
He left the
maybe-
nub, which
yeah.
he offered to
I
you.
offered
which you
you my
declined.
nub.
You offered me your tip,
Yeah,
which was nice. No one's done that in a long time. So I appreciated that.
you're welcome.
It's just nice to be offered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to be propositioned in front of a Costco.
Yeah.
Yeah, tasted not distinct from like a Dodger dog or like it was.
But a Dodger dog would be like $18.
Right. So
you
the
have to
value
look at Costco
of it,
through the lens of the cost.
right? Which price is almost a thing I never factor into my scores, just because taste is taste.
Sure.
But here it kind of, it's like, oh, you did this with $1.50.
Yeah.
So, look, it's not. No one's. Well, that's not true. I was gonna say no one's like raving about it. That's false.
That's definitely
That's
false.
But 6.5 out of 10, I think, is a generous spot to land on this. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's even good, but it's not really good.
How good could a like standard hot dog be? This isn't like a Polish sausage.
Like where
This is
does
just like
a hot dog cap out?
Like a pink
yeah.
Standard, or like can we put fun stuff on it?
They offer what, ketchup, mustard, and sauerkraut.
Well, I'm talking about like, you go to a dog house
yes.
and you get the cowboy that has the
Sure.
bacon wrapped and the crispy onion strings. That's a high ranking dog for me.
This is like
you'd
a
be limited to the same toppings you could get
bare
at
bones
Costco.
dog.
Yeah, it probably caps at maybe a 7.5 if it's like delicious meat. I feel like my eyes just rolled back in my head. And I didn't.
You were in ecstasy
love
thinking
it.
about
Oh
that
my God,
delicious
that's
meat.
one of my least favorite things about people that review food, especially on TikTok.
And you're like,
They
"Ugh."
do that like orgasm eye roll thing.
Yeah.
Immediate swipe.
Imagine if you took a bite out of a Costco hot dog and you were like, oh my God, that's good.
I have to go in and buy new pants.
That was not the experience with the Costco
No,
hot dog.
it was not my experience, and I don't gather that it was anyone in the vicinity's experience.
It gets the job
But
done.
There were no
if he
moans
caps at
of
7
elation.
something and he got this a 6 something, it's up there.
It's close to heaven.
That's
My pizza was, I got a slice of the cheese pizza. If you've had Costco pizza, you know that it's as much cheese as dough.
Pound and a half of cheese they use on each pie.
It feels like a pound and a half of cheese on like per slice. It is like, and you love extra cheese. You frequently order
love
extra
cheese because I peel the cheese off and I don't eat most of the crust.
It's a very, very generously topped.
Is that common with you? Just peeling stuff off
Yeah.
and eating?
He has a lot of foods he like peels apart and then rolls up like a little cigar and then eats.
You eat like a vulture. You just kind of pick the bits you're interested in and you leave the rest behind.
the
It's-
carcass.
I don't know why.
We'll
I just always have.
I definitely think that slice of cheese, it's you're risking a bellyache, but if you like it, the price, it's hard to see the pizza separate from the price because
right.
that's like part of the appeal. That's why you're not getting Costco pizza because it's like the best pizza in town. But it's like if you have like a sleepover, a bunch of kids that you need to feed, or like a baseball
Here,
team or
$10.
something, it's $10. You can't beat that. So I'm gonna give that pizza 7 even. 7.
And I had also a slice of pizza, but with pepperoni. And also with just a fucking boatload of grease.
I've eaten plenty of Costco pizza. I've never seen a slice that had as
it
much
had
grease
an
as
au jus.
It looked
It really
like
did.
ladle upon.
And you know what? I'm going to go on record and say that the amount of grease on top of my pizza was, in fact, way too much.
This is
Whoa.
Whoa.
It was like swimming in it.
Mike, calm down.
I'm giving out the award.
I've never seen you
Don't
like this
stop
before.
me, John.
Michael,
We even gave him an opportunity. I had napkins and we said, do you want to blot?
dab it. He's like, no, I have to live the truth of this pizza.
No, Jasper, who was there as
You
well, my
wanted
friend.
to eat that grease.
I was like, how should I? Because she's like filming it for social media, and she's like, do one without the grease and then blot it. And then I ate it with the grease. I was like, first of all, I let it drip.
I hope you got a picture of your plate.
I didn't go full just pool to mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I let it drip out, and then I took a bite, and then all right. So the way that I eat food, and I do this with burgers, I do this with sandwiches. Once I have assembled something into the shape that it fits in my hand well, and I have a good grip on it, and I feel like nothing's gonna like slip out or drop, I don't want to set it down. So to break apart, like I had the
love
fold
that you
too.
guys make fun of how I eat, and you're sitting there like, all
We
right,
all
man.
have idiosyncrasies.
All right, my hand is locked in, bro. You're locked in.
It is.
Go on.
What? Look, there's
We're all freaks.
there's wear and tear on the structural integrity of a thing that you pick down, put up, pick down, put up.
I do agree with you on sandwiches.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And
it is
burgers,
like, this is
yeah.
going to be hard. Yeah.
Well, I guess a burger's
Well,
a
that
sandwich,
is a
but-
sandwich. But yeah, it's like, I do get that.
And look, if I did like flat piece of pizza to mount, but I do the fold. I do like the New York style fold. So I am configuring it to my liking. If you let it fold out, then like half the pepperoni is going to slide to one side, and the ratios are off. So I didn't want to set it back down to blot it, so I kind of just dealt with the fact that I'm going to live probably about 10 months less because I had this.
Worth it.
Yeah. But objectively, it was way too much.
Wow.
It was tasty pizza. I'm not mad at it. I'm going to go 7.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you like the grease.
I do too. I know what that's like, Mike, when you're like, oh, God, it was too much. And then you're like, there's so much.
Secretly excited.
Oh, that's way too much frosting. But I'm like, oh, my God.
I'm so bad.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you both had nice, simple things that you could review, because I got the nasty chicken bake that I don't know why I picked it. Actually,
I'm sure this has a cult following on its own.
A lot of people.
Picked is a great word for you.
I did pick it. I came in here.
And picked.
I had seen pictures of the chicken bake for the last 10, 20 years. Never really knew exactly what it was. I know a lot of people like it. This seemed like my opportunity to try it. I got it. It was disgusting. There's a lot of things that I don't like hot. I don't like hot lettuce. I don't like a lot of hot vegetables when they get hot. I don't like ketchup when it gets hot. I don't like mayonnaise. This is filled with Caesar dressing, which I
cooked.
Yeah, I don't like that to be hot.
But that's not even something that ever is hot.
I know.
Why are they
inventing
inventing a hot salad dressing?
So I did not eat most of it. The one redemption of it was that it had been baked with like cheese on the outside, which I picked that off and I ate the...
It was like if you took the texture of a Cheez-It and put it around a Hot Pocket.
It looks kind of rolled in shredded cheddar and
it was
then
like
baked.
what's that cheese? Asiago bagel, like how that gets on top and just peeling that off of that. And that's what I had. That's my lunch.
You literally ate the skin of this bake. You took like one bite, two bites?
My very first bite was almost all gristle, which immediately is like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like how I get that that's easy for that to happen, but that was gross. So that already put me off. So I ate the skin of it. There's probably pictures on social media. You can see it. It looked disgusting. And I give it a 9. I give it a 9.
You do not. No, you do not.
I give it a...
We don't lie here.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 3.
That even feels generous.
I know.
And much like how you rated somebody else's Yelp review, I'm going to give the experience of watching you eat this a 2.
Same, also a 2.
People do not like to watch me eat.
I didn't like watching you eat this for certain.
Yeah, it's been my whole life.
Uh-huh.
I can tell you one of the first most disgusting things I ate was Ritz crackers when I was a kid. I would eat like 6 of them.
They're disgusting, or the way you eat them is...
Oh, you'll see.
I will not.
You won't see, but I would eat like 6 Ritz crackers and I would chew them up until they got kind of doughy, spit them out, roll them up into a ball, and then eat that ball like an apple.
Where are the bodies buried?
I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'm willing to share it all on the podcast.
This feels like therapy.
You're right.
We're really tapping into your childhood.
Yeah, you don't know what you got yourself into.
So there was the vanilla ice cream sundae with chocolate.
I didn't have it.
Soft served with chocolate sauce. Did you taste any of it?
No, I didn't. I was jacked up on my Mocha freeze, which really counted as a dessert and more than a beverage.
Jasper took a bite and was like, that's Cool Whip. It really had like a Cool Whip taste to it. It was interesting.
That doesn't seem bad. I love Cool Whip.
I enjoyed it. I dug it. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. It's, not mad about it. I'd have it again.
Yeah.
But it's also not like a must-have. It's not like the thing that, when you look at a menu and it has the restaurant like star, their favorites. It's not
maybe
on
like the hottest day of the year if you're already at Costco. It's like, what would be fun? Oh, we should get some like soft serve.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was just all right. But let's talk about the
cookie.
The cookie. This double chocolate chunk cookie that replaced the churro that everyone's very upset about.
I was looking forward to the cookie. I had seen it going viral on TikTok. The pictures, when I saw it on TikTok, it looked much larger and not as thick. This seemed more kind of like a mall cookie. Like it was not as huge as I was thinking, considering it's 750 calories.
Yeah.
But it was thick. It had a lot of chocolate in it, too much chocolate in it. I'd rather have a thinner, less chocolate cookie, I think. It was too rich for me. I had very little of it, but sure, I could see why people would like it.
I like rich chocolate.
I would need a lot of water and milk
and it
with
was
it.
Melty. You tried it too, right?
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. I could see why people would. It was just too much for me.
I think it was like the best version. It was mall cookie in like style and thickness and like, but the best version of it. It was warm. The chocolate was melty.
Yeah.
It seemed like really good quality ingredients. They're like all butter. So it's the two different kinds of chocolate. I liked everything that it was prioritizing, that it was going for. I think it was a super solid cookie.
And the price was really good. If that had been an oatmeal cookie or like a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie, I'd probably be as on board with you. I'm just not a big chocolate boy.
See, I thought that I came in with an axe to grind because I was looking forward to the churro.
Yeah.
I was looking for, as soon as we decided that we were going to do Costco together, I was like, I'm going to have that churro. Didn't come to pass. So I was ready to like just pounce down this cookie's throat. And it overcame that. 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't rate it.
Michael. Oh my God.
What? I'm going to give the cookie.
I just wanted to chant this whole episode.
No, I know.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 1.
Hey.
No, I'll give it a 7. It's a good cookie.
So many bait and switches.
I know. You're tight. You're like stressing us out.
No, it's a good
Got
cookie.
people on their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the food. I liked the offerings at Costco. Like if I'm giving a thumb rating to the food, I'm going to go 1 thumb up.
Yeah, I'm going thumbs up.
I will go thumb up also.
Just 1?
1 thumb, yeah. I think 1 thumb is, yes, 1 thumb.
1 thumb's enough for Costco.
It's enough for
I agree.
Costco.
Yeah.
I don't want to give them 2 because they probably serve one of them.
But
my thumbs will start eating each other. That was a callback.
Oh, God.
That coffee's hitting me.
Sweating.
all right. Well,
Sorry,
Get it
Mike.
together,
Mike, I'm
Jon.
sorry. I've been single a long time.
all right. Well, that'll do it for the food from Costco, from Price Costco, as it was once called upon a time. So we're going to ball it all up, put it into consideration, and come back with a score after we give our final rating.
Final rating.
All right. We got to put it all together into one score, average it out so that Costco can go up on the tchotchke of mediocrity.
Oh, wow. Everyone's going to be so jealous that someone got to go to Costco.
Just ask
You're
him out
really
on a
bothered.
date.
You're really bothered. What did you score, Costco?
You know, taking everything into
consideration,
consideration, taking how delicious I know the pizza is, to the cookie being good but not for me, to the disgusting chicken bake that I ate. I think it really kind of like, if it was that Price and Right game where it kind of the scale goes like this and it's like this, it's like right in the middle. So I'm going to give it a 5.14.
Are those the big balls that
These
one guy had?
Okay. They were so big. I've been with 2 men that had giant balls.
Yeah.
But that's for another episode or maybe on our podcast.
Stick around for the Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
the OnlyFans feature.
That's
on-
behind the paywall, certainly.
Yeah.
Behind the pay ball. Okay. Behind the pay ball.
John.
No, don't give me a sympathy chant. What's your score?
As I mentioned, I find the ambiance eating outside to be quite pleasant. As I said, it's as closest to Paris as you can get in LA. I love the proximity to Costco. I find that very convenient for running an errand. The price is, you cannot beat this price in 2024. These are prices from like 1971. The food is super solid, mostly good quality with the exception of the chicken bake. I really love that pizza and the cookie. Now I feel like I'm going to have to get that when I go, and the Mocha freeze too if I
Is it
feel
going
like
in the rotation?
I think it might need to go in the rotation. It's just like so solid. So all that taken into consideration, this location's stunning landscaping.
I forgot about that.
6.89.
I think that is an insane score, but you're entitled to your opinion.
Whoa.
You think it's insanely high?
Yeah. For Costco?
Oh my God.
below-
But this is what you do. We don't know. We're
You're not
like,
calibrated.
No, this
You're not
is-
calibrated.
No, I stand by. I get it. I'm looking at the board. I get
This
it.
is complex stuff.
No, are you kidding? I think this definitely like, do you guys not value dining al fresco as much as I do?
are those the scores?
Yes,
you gave
those are the
Shakey's
averages.
a 3.12.
Shakey's is not good.
You're trash. I need to leave.
We'll stick around just
What's
a few
your
more minutes.
score?
Okay. So this experience did not really move the needle for me. And I mean that in almost the most poetic, beautiful of ways to my mission statement.
Wow.
This Costco, to me, watching shoppers go by, whatever, don't notice them. Eating food that's like, yeah, it's all right, but don't notice them. You know, it's pizza, it's a hot dog, it's ice cream. Like, I've had all these things. It's a cookie. It's basic bitch menu.
Wow.
It is. Tell me I'm not wrong.
No, go on. You've never looked sexier than you do right now.
when I solved the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Service, was it there? I don't know. Just
Wow.
bad, good, I don't know. When they give you nothing, I think right in the middle. Costco Food Court, 5.01.
Oh, wow.
I think this is one of the most mediocre places I have been. One of the most mediocre dining experiences I have had. Applebee's, I gave a perfect 5.002, but my co-host gave it a 5.04, and it averaged out to a 5.02.
So in your mind, this is dead center, basically.
I would prefer to go here than Applebee's. By 1/100th of a point.
Oh my God.
It's easier and cheaper. So you and I are more in line than you and her.
Yeah, we're
This
very
is wild.
We're basically dating.
which is, you're really trying to make something happen.
Oh, you wish.
Yeah, which is why I think that your 6.89 is high.
I'm shocked.
Yeah,
shocked.
you're too high.
You know what?
First of all,
Sound
if you say
off in the comments below.
if you say it's the closest thing to Paris one more time, have you ever eaten on any other patio in LA? Every single other patio was closer to Paris
Y'all.
than
Also,
what
is
we
there
did.
is there any shopping experience that's less Parisian than walking into a Costco and like leaving with like an air fryer and like 200 pounds of dog food? It's like the least European approach to grocery shopping.
It's consumerism plus.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's got a sticker thing.
Yeah, no, so when we put all of our scores together, it averages out and puts Costco Wholesale Food Court up on the tchotchke of mediocrity at a 5.68.
I am personally very proud that I raised that average.
It would have been almost the most mediocre thing
Wow.
if you hadn't messed it up.
I stand by it.
Costco, objectively, better than mediocre.
Better than mediocre. It's better than an Applebee's.
Wow.
But what this means is that we did not find the most mediocre restaurant in America. We need to keep looking, which means to determine that, where am I going to go next? Who gets to pick? We have to play a game.
Oh.
We're going to play a little game.
The Headline
Game.
The rules of the headline game are as follows. Michael will present 3 headlines to his co-host that include this week's restaurant. They can be made up, or they can be actual headlines. If the co-host can correctly guess if at least 2 out of 3 are real or fake, they will get to select next week's restaurant. However, if Michael stumps them, he'll select again. Are you ready to play, you two?
I'm ready.
I didn't expect it in unison, but I loved that. I am ready as well. Florida insurance agent fired after Costco coronavirus mask confrontation.
I think in Florida,
everything's
that
true.
is true.
True. In Florida, everything's true. True.
Florida
right.
hates people.
Now, I will remind y'all, you are playing against each other. So you
I
do
thought
not,
we were a team.
you do not have to agree. You do not have to agree.
I do
That
think
said,
it's
if
true,
you both
though.
feel free. If you,
I think that's true.
I think that's true.
Second headline. Video released of 2 men fighting over Costco parking space in Danville.
Okay. Well,
Video
John, you
release.
definitely fought over a parking space.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It feels weird that it would be released. Like that feel like it would just video goes viral of 2 men parking. I'm going to say because of the wording, unless this happened in 1980, that it's false.
I'm going to say true.
You're going to say true?
Yes, because John fights in parking lots.
All right. Third and final headline. Paying it forward in bulk. Illinois lottery winner buys 67 Costco members groceries.
Is that a generous people?
About 67 people Costco memberships.
Bought their groceries.
Like their carts.
They're a lottery winner.
Wow. That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of cashola.
You know how many chicken bakes you can make with that, Joe? Illinois lottery winner. Yeah, sure. That's, yeah.
Do you say true?
Yeah.
You know, I say false, but that's just because if I won the lottery. I'm in real Paris, not Costco Paris.
All right. Going back to the first one.
Everything rides on this moment.
Florida insurance agent fired after Costco coronavirus mass confrontation. You both said true. That one is true.
Yes!
The Florida man was literally yelling, "I feel threatened," and
wow.
saying that he feels claustrophobic inside of masks.
Okay,
Of course
that
he
all
did.
tracks, yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
No offense to all of our Florida listeners. We support you.
We
and
love Florida.
Whatever you want to be.
Video released of two men fighting over Costco parking space in Danville. You said true. You said false.
Yes.
That one is true.
Yes!
Marisa,
released
you
it?
get a point.
Who releases
Video
footage?
release.
Why are you
Video
backing
release.
away from the mic to wonder that?
Who releases footage in this day and age?
Yeah.
Release it.
I'm gonna read this one. The Contra Costa County District Attorney's Office released surveillance video of two men fighting over a Costco parking spot
There you go.
in Danville. They released the video just one day after they decided against filing any charges in connection to the parking lot fight, saying that its investigation determined both men were the aggressors. Blackburn said he was attacked because the man thought Blackburn was taking too long to unload his Costco shocking bags while eating his hot dog.
Oh, boy. That will slow you down. And it is an intense parking lot.
I think that is hilarious to just, you're putting your groceries away and eating a hot dog.
Well, what else is he supposed to do? Eat the hot dog while he drives?
Deep throat it. You
sit
could eat
and eat the hot dog. They have seating spaces. We ate there. You've been there.
Dining al fresco.
You could eat that in 2 bites.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you
One
try.
bite for you.
You don't have a gag reflex.
And then lastly, paying it forward in bulk, Illinois lottery winner buys 67 Costco members groceries. You said false.
Mm-hmm.
You said true.
It's false.
I made that one up. Marisa Pinson,
Woo!
you got
Perfect
3 out
score.
of 3. John, you got 1 out of 3, which means you win the headline game.
Hooray!
You get to determine where I go next.
Wow, what an honor.
Where would you like me to go?
Let's see. Have you been to the Cheesecake Factory?
I have been to the Cheesecake Factory already.
Have you been to Fuddruckers?
I have been to Fuddruckers already.
Have you been to Red Robin?
I've been to. I've done a lot of places already.
Have you been to Hooters?
I have done 2 Hooter Bowls.
Oh my God. Well,
No wonder we went to Costco. You've been everywhere already.
scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Any other?
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
I've done. Not only have I done Olive Garden, I made a 7-song original musical about Olive Garden.
Okay, so let's just say that you've covered that territory.
Okay. Can I take the pick back from you?
You know what? I think that's a good idea.
Because I've done too many places. The headline game is just, you guys don't see it at home, but the amount of picks that I've already done that I have to edit out and put into the episode,
That's fair.
it's insane. So I went and I dug up
Ooh.
the You Must Bowl. You Must Bowl from season 1, where I used to have to pull punishments out of to enact for places that weren't mediocre enough.
Mhm.
But we're going to repurpose it. And so I'm going to just pick a spot out of the You Must Bowl,
Perfect.
and that'll be where I go next week. IHOP.
I've heard of that before.
Great. Well, next week, I'm going to go to IHOP and see if that's the most mediocre restaurant in America. But Costco Food Court was not. Thank you, guys. You were definitely more than mediocre guests. I appreciate y'all spending time with me, getting to
I
know
love
me
you
a little bit.
I'm in love with you too.
I know. Thank you.
If you need anybody to accompany you to an Ashley Furniture to get some new sectional pieces, John is your guy.
Great.
If you want to have an Emmy winner on your arm at any time for any event, just let me know. I can bring it.
And if I need to go to Costco again?
Yes, I'm there.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to
there.
get something better than the chicken bake, though.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Awesome. Well, check out the On Brand podcast. You can listen. What day of the week do y'all?
A new episodes come out every Wednesday. We discuss a brand, and we have all of our clips from our shows on our Instagram at OnBrandThePod.
And there's several podcasts that are called On Brand. We are On Brand with Jon and Marisa.
Yeah.
And you'll see the tops of our heads, and you'll know you're in for a good time.
Have I accidentally said Melissa at any point
No,
during
you
this
haven't.
episode?
You've been perfect.
Like when you said Marisa just now, I had like one of those like out of body. I was like, did I mess it up at one point?
I am so bad at correcting people, though, how to say or spell my name that, like, I'm sure there's people who've been calling me Melissa for years. And
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Cool.
that's okay.
That's who I am.
I'll be Melissa. It doesn't make any waves.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on. And thank you for watching or listening, however you consume this. I am on YouTube now. So go to the Fine Dining Podcast YouTube. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok at Fine Dining Podcast. Send me an email, finediningpodcast@gmail.com, and bitch at me about whatever you want or give me a compliment. I like compliments.
Same.
Oh, you do?
Could
you have beautiful eyes.
Thank you. And
Very cool jacket.
thank you.
Really?
I accept.
Yeah.
No, it is.
That
It
took
is.
away from the eyes.
Is. I
That
told you right when I
completely
met you.
undid it. Well, we didn't find the most mediocre restaurant in America. The search does, in fact, continue. Thanks for joining me.
Have a fine day.
The search continues. We still need the perfect five. The search continues. Like and subscribe. The search continues. Our journey did not conclude. The mother effing search continues. Write us an iTunes review. And hey, while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and make it 5 stars, huh? Come on. Follow us on TikTok, the same on Instagram, all the socials at Fine Dining Podcast. We have a website, finediningpodcast.com. Buy our t-shirts, then put them on. And don't forget, you can always suggest where we go next. Okay, we're going to find it. Mediocrity, the search continues.